And evidence of God's authority is peace. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. We're here on the road here in Central Texas and excited for part 4, looking at the Prince of Peace. We're looking at Jesus, and it's so beautiful to see that as we're talking this week about the idea of knowing that God is judge, and to show us his heart, he gave us his son, his only begotten son, as an offering and an officer of peace. But he's known also as the Prince of Peace. And that peace is one of the ways that we know that we have Jesus. In Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, for unto us, love it, that's us, you all, unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. One of the ways you know that Jesus is in your house is that you've got peace. It's just like even in the negative, like one of the ways you know I have some spoiled cabbage in my house is that you would smell it. It's the evidence of bad cabbage. Well, one of the evidences of knowing that I have a relationship, a living relationship with God, is that I have his peace. Jesus has promised to be the one who would create that. He would impart that to us by virtue of us receiving him into our life. So when you see him here in Isaiah 16, even verse 7, for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. And look at this, I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. This is what would happen by extension. Israel accepting and having the abiding presence of Christ, we would then even become the extension of that presence, the extension of that peace. Our extractors will be righteous. Your officers will have peace. It's one of the reasons why people should know that you're a Christian, because when you're in the office and there's a conflict, you're trying to bring peace. When you're at home and there's a situation, there's an argument, you're able to work beyond that argument and try to find a way for atonement. How can we make peace even out of this puzzle? That is why I'm grateful that instead of staying in pieces, P-I-E-C-E, we can have every real life situation and say, you know what, Lord, if Jesus is here, I need you to make this P-E-A-C-E. I need you to bring peace to the pieces. One more promise to hold on to here is in Micah chapter 4. It says in verse 3, he shall judge among many people. And remember, okay, God is judge, but it doesn't stop there. And rebuke strong nations afar off. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. I like this because he's saying now, not only will you find peace within your own house, but even amongst other nations. You find yourself building peace amongst those outside of your house, even your house of faith, even outside of your church. You're bringing that impact, that atmosphere into your community. And that ripple effect that starts in our hearts, it should impact those who are around us. Now, please don't think that means that in order to make peace, we now have to abide by and live by what everybody around us is doing. That's not the kind of peace that God is talking about. That's compromise. But we can have conviction in what God has revealed to us and be so determined to stand on that and to know that that truth is going to make a positive impact on other people. But I don't have to become a horse in order to feed a horse. In the same way, I don't have to become a hoodlum in order to now make someone want to be holy. I don't have to become, let me say it this way, I don't have to lose my soul in order to try to get somebody else to become a saint. It's the beauty of being in the presence of God and extending what I've already received. I hope we're peacemakers. I hope we see that even in the battle that we're in, the great controversy, we find ourselves establishing a new order of things, which is simply and truly, biblically, it's living life after the Word of God, which means living a life in peace.